Sometimes, stories of love can be found in the most unlikely of places. This is one of those stories. I feel like I'm setting up an expectation of a profound romance. I wouldn't expect that much if I were you. But let me set the scene. An Italian restaurant, a likely location for a heartfelt love story to begin? Of course not, but who am I to judge? Here, we find Craig, passed out cold on one of the tables. His cheek is stuck to the laminated plastic cover. It's all gummy. Oh, look, he's coming around. Oh, where am I? How did I get here? Craig has a tendency to talk to himself. Wait, my name is Dante. Dante, son of Spot. What? Call me that or don't talk to me at all. Dante has a tendency to talk to himself, but we can excuse that. He's just come to in the Italian restaurant, unsure of where he is or how he got here. These details are unimportant. What matters now is, what will he do next? No, that's actually very important. Seriously, how did I get here? I remember running through the forest on all fours, my fur blowing in the wind, my breath heaving in my lungs. The moonlight shining on my... Dante gasped. The moon! But what? Why are you like this? He extricates himself from the sticky, laminated tabletop and runs over to the window. That's the movie. What? I can't believe he followed me here. My toxic ex-boyfriend. He angrily gesticulates at the moon. How dare he? After what he did to me, shunting me out of my werewolf form and forcing me to be human. Up until recently, Dante had been in a beautiful, passionate relationship with the moon. Are you telling me that he boinked the moon? Is that what I'm hearing here? The moon had been Dante's silent companion, his ever-present confidant, his beau, his lover, his everything. Until he cheated on me. Dante slams his hands on the windows, tears pooling in the corners of his eyes. How dare he? How dare he turn his back on me? After all we've been through, after how vulnerable I was with you. This is how you chose to treat me? You threw away years of my love and affection? You should really go sit down and contemplate in silence, Dante. You look desperate. You should slam on the restaurant's window board to get the moon. Let's do that. Let's do that. Dante's hands were tensed against the glass. I don't appreciate you telling me what to do. I can deal with my grief as I see fit. Oh, moon. How could you do this to me? Completely ignoring his own reluctance to follow my advice, Dante smashes his hands against the windows again. This time with enough force to nearly shatter them. Nearly. Thankfully. His consistent slamming has caught the attention of the waiter. Can I help you find a table, sir? I have a table. Leave me to sulk in despair. Yeah, I'm sorry, sir, but I can't have you stand here if you're not going to order anything. Get me a spaghetti bolognese. Manners, Dante. Please. The waiter leaves and Dante finally returns to his laminated table. He scans the room, filled with plebeians, of course. Nobody important enough to draw his attention. There's a couple of televisions on the wall. One of them is turned to a news channel, talking about... News is boring. Never cared about the real world. Doesn't affect me, so I shouldn't have to think about it. Okay, if you say so. The other TV screen cycles through a slideshow of images. None of them have any cohesion with one another. A photograph of Albert Einstein, an MS Paint drawing of a house on a hill, one of Roger Hargreaves' drawings of Little Miss Naughty, and... Who is that gorgeous creature? Why? Dante's mouth drops open as he observes the most radiant image he's ever seen. The subject has luscious lips, wide, curious eyes, cherubic cheeks, a beautiful yellow-orange glow. It's the goddamn sun emoji, like it's not that deep. A brighter glow than ever the moon. What do you mean, awooga? What a hottie. Soon enough, the emoji image of the sun is replaced by a photograph of a child drinking from a water fountain. But Dante could feel his heart pounding, his eyes widening, his neck sweating. He was smitten. The sun is the one for me. I can feel it. I'll do whatever it takes to woo my new love. I want to know that I don't encourage this. I think this is a poor idea, but I encourage it. If you want to smash your son, who am I to stop you? Who am I to stop you from finding your one true romance and perhaps the hottest night of passion or day of passion you've ever had? But anyway, besides, if you couldn't keep the moon, what makes you think you could pull the sun? He won't want you. Just ignore him and move on, I'd say. No, I refuse. I feel it in my intestines and my groin. I don't need to know what you feel in your groin. Nobody does. Please, keep that to yourself. I really can't encourage this, Dante. You know, you're right. You did make the moon fall for you, I guess. Exactly. I've done it before. I've pointed celestial beings before. This is nothing. I could do it again. No, I can. You can't hear me sigh, but you know that I am. Deeply. Your spaghetti bolognese, sir. The waiter places Dante's dinner onto the laminated table. It makes a slightly sticky sound. Thank you. Good. You remembered your manners this time. He inhales the plate of spaghetti bolognese with the speed and efficiency only possible by a starving werewolf. Human form aside, the plate literally licked clean. Dante leans back with a heavy sigh. He feels movement in his intestines. And not the good kind. Uh-oh. I'll, take that as a sign it's time to head home. You need to pay for your spaghetti! Your spaghetti bolognese! Dante, no! Dante! Dante's home can hardly be qualified as a home. Instead, it is an abyssal roadside motel that stinks of the phantoms of asbestos. He makes the excuse that after his pledge to the holy glow of the moon, he did not need a fancy domain. His attempts to be humble are undermined by the water stains on the walls outside his door and the broken windows of the rooms on the first floor. I can hear them sometimes. Nasty couples having unprotected boinking in compromised positions. Ugh, it makes me sick just thinking about it. Dante must climb the steps to the second floor. These rooms have always been cheaper, because the trek up to those stairs is an epic climb around heinous rots of bird poop. But our Dante was a wolf before the moon broke his heart. He knows his way around the dirt. Where are my keys? Dante shifts around in his pockets as he approaches room 222. It takes him a few moments before his nails scratch against his keychain, a rubber figure of an anime girl with blue pigtails. Is it Hatsune Miku? Is that a Hatsune Miku reference? There we are. He fumbles his keys. They miss the hole at least 5 times. This is not the only hole he has fumbled. But he finally forced the key in and turns the door. Hell yeah, we're back home. It makes one vomit just thinking about being in this room. The carpet has not received a good wash in about 2 months. The television echoes a dangerous hum of electricity. Commercials for wrestling events scroll past. Cans of terrible beer and even worse soda are scattered across every surface that isn't the floor. Clothes are thrown into small piles like nests for small pups. Dante is not a small pup, at least not anymore. A very beautiful, very touching, abstract painting hangs above the bed. The bedding has been ripped off the bed, exposing stained yellow sheets on the mattress underneath. Dante throws his keys onto the bedside table and commits a cardinal sin. He jumps onto the bed with his outdoor clothes still on his back and his shoes still on his feet. At least take off your goddamn shoes! Dante needs his food to settle. He wants to be a tummy ache survivor. God, can't believe my ex followed me to the Italian restaurant. He doesn't want me back already, does he? Oh, he wants you back. Are you insane? He doesn't want... Oh, he wants you back. In a way, that makes me excited. Please stop being horny for the moon! But why did he leave me in the first place? I gave him my life. I let the moon change me. I let him give me sexy body hair and a sharp jawline. And these canines, oh, this was for him! Is he trying to play hard to get? Is he toying with me? Well, that's too bad, kiddo. I already have another babe on my radar. Dante is, of course, talking about the sun. The sun in its radiant glory, with those rays that outshine the surrounding stars. The sun, whose message always comes 8 minutes too late, but somehow, that's romantic, that's endearing. The sun, with a smile strung by its own flares. God, he's so hot. I do not need to know about that, Dante. He was getting pent up in an area of the body higher than where he expected. His stomach was making knots of it. I don't need to know about you knotting. The bolognese was catching up to poor Dante. Ugh, I'm gonna be sick. Dante jumps off the bed with the vigor of a racehorse and beelines it to the bathroom. And for the next half hour, Dante groans guttural sounds while trapped in the darkness of the bathroom. The design of the motel is so stupid that the light must be turned on from the outside. Dante, as a product of his own haste, must expel his guts out in a world without the light of his ex or his new crush. But that's a good thing. How embarrassing must it be for you to keep the doors open and the lights on in the most vulnerable moment of your life? In front of your crush, the glorious, beautiful sun. Dante continues his sounds, each of which sound increasingly like the messy insides of a disgusting horror film. And when the relief finally comes, and the poo has finally happened, the toilet gets flushed. At least he knows to flush and wash his hands. Dante washes his hands. It is a miracle. He opens the door with the afterglow in his cheeks. And the glow of the sun on his face. The sun? My darling, what are you doing here? The curtains are drawn open, and the sun, in its beautiful glory, is outside Dante's apartment. I'm sorry, I didn't want us to meet like this. But you came all this way to see me. How did you know I was thinking about you? I guess this is fate, right? Our stars have crossed. What's that? The sun seems to be shining at Dante. You want me to come outside and talk? Sure. The front door gives a loud, echoing creak as Dante slowly opens it. The light of his new lover is so bright, so all-encompassing. It's nearly blinding. No, it is blinding. My beloved. Dante is ecstatic, positively beside himself with glee. I, however, recognize that the sun is far larger than normal. Dante, I told you to listen to the news earlier. The sun is... It's exploding? I can feel my passion being returned. I can feel the heat, the ecstasy. Dante's sweating buckets now, even more so than usual, which is unfortunately saying something. But having been covered in fur until recently, one can excuse some hyperhidrosis. One cannot excuse, however, an unwillingness to go inside when your skin is extremely close to being burned off. You need to have some semblance of self-preservation, even if you let the rug gather asbestos for 2 months. I try to tell him so in a way that he'll understand. I promise you, Dante, the sun doesn't care about you. He's only going to hurt you. Dante, I don't know how to tell you about this, but you're going to die. You know, maybe there's a way for you to coexist with the sun. Some toxic relationships are able to improve and get better. I don't approve of this message, by the way. Usually, once one party realizes that the pain isn't worth it and leaves. And they both learn and grow from the experience, in the best case scenarios. That's what I'm saying. Wait, toxic? How dare you? How can you still not see how perfect we are for one another? The sun's warm embrace will fix the hole left in my soul from that frigid moon. Maybe you are perfect for one another, because you're so blind by your own limerence. Dante is well and truly burning now. His mass-produced polyester nylon blend sweater is melting off of his chest. Come to me, my love. Come take me in your embrace. I think it's time for me to see myself out. There's nothing more I can do here. Some people can't see what's right in front of them, even when it's burdening their retinas. Poor Dante. Remember how I said not to expect a profound romance? Yeah, I think you'll agree I was right. What did I even see? God. So that was my burning passion. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this game for yourselves, link to the game will be in the description below. I don't know what to say about this game. This was made for this year's Global Game Jam, and I'm glad that I have experienced this profound romance. It was fun. It was so fun. I just love absurd games like these, and honestly, I need more. I need more absurd romances like these, like games that don't really take themselves seriously. Like, we need more of these in our lives. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a lovely rest of the day, and as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion signing off. Ciao.